Hello, everyone. Give me a second. I'm cleaning up my vocal track here so my voice sounds better. Strange. Alright, let's add an invisible limiter. Hold on. That's what I thought. There's my invisible limiter. There it is. Don't question what I just did there. So I'm just trying to make my voice sound better, right? So if I yeah, see, it just sounds clean, very clean. Okay, hello everyone. Hello. Let's just, yeah, there we go. You can kind of hear the hissing. So maybe I just want to bring a few frequencies higher. Okay, I think that sounds good, actually. Oh man, but that... what? Is it not gonna do anything? What is going on here? Hey, let's put this in the front there. Okay, that's weird. Hello. Let's bring this down. Yeah, now you can hear all of the noise. Yeah. See, it muffles the background noise quite a bit. But then it feels like I don't have any highs in my voice itself. I don't know. It's kind of muffled, but I like it. Not muffled, but like, I don't know. It feels like there's a piece of cloth between my mouth and the microphone. That's what it sounds like when I move this. You see that? But it gets rid of the background noise, so that's why I have this plugin. And if I bring that down even more, that sounds kind of bad. So I have to find the right frequency. Maybe there isn't a right frequency. I think that's fine. Okay. What am I doing? Yeah. I'm working on a project called Collector. Give me a second here. I was gonna go ride my bike in downtown Austin. It's a little hot out, but still, it would have been fun. I'm just too excited about writing code. I don't care if it's, July 4th. This is my Independence Day. Oh yeah, look at that one. I basically hijacked all these shader toys or shaders from shadertoys.com and made them the background of my new tab window. So like every time I click it, ooh, what a coincidence. Let's do it again. Yeah, we got Flappy Bird. Let's just refresh this one. Got some interesting shader toy effects. Yeah, this new tab is just a IIS website on my local machine with a little repository I made myself. There it is. github.com/marketing/new tab if you want it. And then you can just, find your own website icons, and there's just a little bit of JavaScript on this HTML page that you update with an array of elements you want to display on each row. And it's even, responsive. Where's a good one? I thought that's kind of weird, but it's cool too. Yeah, Flappy Bird. Come on. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. Thank you, Shader Toys. Yeah, these are all live GLSL scripts. So OpenGL or WebGL. What do they call it? Shader language. GLSL. Yeah. I'm trying to create my own shader toy exporting tool so I can extract all the code and resources for a specific shader toy project and then make that work locally. There's a few what do they call them? There's a few projects out there that do that already, I think. Some people try to convert from shader toy to 3D.js. So I would like that, so then I can bring all of these offline, and I don't have to use the shader toy, server to serve my new tabs. I'm sure they'll be pissed off to know that I'm doing this. Like, oh, so every time you create a new tab, you're hitting our server, right? Yes, I am. Look at this. This is ray traced with like a depth of field. I think that's pretty cool. It's really clean. Oh no, it didn't load it. That's just a screenshot of the guys. This is one of my favorite ones because it's ray tracing the hallway, the disco hallway. It's kind of cool with water on the ground. or a watery ground. Looks kind of watery. I don't know. It's cool though. With motion, depth of field, and motion blur. This is like some kind of weird microscopic glowy thing. Yeah, that one's cool too. This makes me feel like I'm in the grid or in the Matrix or something. Like I'm hacking the Matrix on a molecular level, just looking around. Where does it go? I could sit here all day. Anyway, I'm just trying to go to my project website. Is it running? No, it's not running. What are we going to do today? Well, we're working on the domain. The domain HTML component for collector. And we're working on our analyzer rules. So let's see if I have my SQL schema set up first. So I have under domains, analyzer rules get list, but now we need another one. Analyzer, let's do it order by, what is it, they created? Yeah. Ascending. No. Descending. Newest one's on top. Right? Should it be newest ones on top? Or, no, let's do ascending because like the most important ones are the ones you're going to create first, and you probably want to see those first. See the newest ones last. Alright, and then we're going to just copy and paste this script and rename it. Give it a second here. I got to stop the project before I can rename. Thanks, Visual Studio, for making my life that much more difficult. And we're gonna just add an analyzer rule. Oh my god. I gotta rename this. Actually, I already renamed it. So I have a little bit of SQL here that'll delete the procedure if it already exists, just in case. So domain ID, and then what is it? Selector. Exclude. Let's just connect this so we can get some IntelliSense. Ooh. Didn't think that would be a thing. So I'm creating a store procedure that'll allow me to add analyzer rules to the database. Oh yeah, I also have to steal some code from somewhere else. Right here. So we're getting the next value from the analyzer rules sequence, and then we're going to pass in our domain ID and our selector and our rule and get UTC date. Here we go. Looks good to me. Alright, now that that's there, we have to set up our data access layer. Let's see here. We're gonna go with a int. In fact, we have to select ID. There we go. And then add analyzer rule. I could just do this. Which is probably a better structure. So I created my own helper class that handles all my SQL like data access layer stuff, and it includes Dapper. So when I use populate, that's actually executing Dapper code right there. And this we need, what is it, domain ID, selector, and rule. I think those are the only three, right? Yep. Let's just move that over there for now. So we're trying to get the ID returned after we add a domain analyzer rule. This will be an int. And getting a list of analyzer rules, I have to make that too. We're gonna just use domain ID for that. And let's see here. We have models for our query. Let's do analyzer rule here. Okay, and let's see. Yeah, it goes under this namespace query.models. Analyzer rule will have a rule ID. Domain ID. Selector. Rule and what? Date time, date created. There we go. So there's our model for the data access layer. Get list will be a list of models dot analyzer rule. And we'll just use that there with populate. And yeah, it's analyzer rules, get list, domain ID. I think that will work. That's how easy it is for me to like create store procedures and then wire them up to C#. It's just like a few lines of code. It's so clean. It doesn't matter if I'm populating a list or even having multiple selects in my store procedure to have multiple record sets in C#. I can do it with just a few lines of code. It's so clean. And I built my system so that I can only execute stored procedures. That's it. That's all you can do. And I pass in a dynamic object of whatever, and it converts it into a database query with parameter names and values that are protected from SQL injection. So anyway, so we're getting a list, we're adding a rule. Of course, we're going to have to remove, delete. Do I use delete or remove in VB? I don't know. Let's find out. Did I just say VB? I meant Visual Studio. I meant C#. What did I mean? Remove. Yeah, so where is this? Remove. Selector. No, this is going to be rule ID. What am I thinking? So since we're returning void, we're going to use execute non-query. It's so fun. All right, so sorry about that. Let's see. Domains, analyzer rules. Now we have to use our analyzer rules. Also, since this is a plugin for Sabre, the way that I add store procedures and things is by manually executing them. So give me a second here. So now I have to run this and run that and run this one too. Pretty sure I have this already at part of my database, but just in case, there's a try catch just in case. All right, so now we have to do two things. We need two different APIs just to make sure that everything's working. The first API to, well, let me think about this for a second. Under services, render analyzer rules list. Okay, so var rules equals query dot rule and domains dot analyzer rules dot get list. Isn't that nice? I don't even have to write the code. It writes itself these days. I'm just pressing tab. What is our item? So we have one thing and it's info. And this close button will probably do something too, like, I don't know. Domain dot rules dot remove. All right, well then let's remove. And then we'll do this rule. There we go. So then we can come here. Remove. Oh no. Analyzer rule. Domain. No, it's rule ID. There will be no response. Instead, I will delete the element from the DOM. Alright, so I have a gulp file that outputs and also watches for file changes. So I'm going to just run that. So item what? Rule ID equals there we go. Oh. What? No. What did I? Oh my god. So, 0 is exclude. So if it's true, that means to show. Protected. Excluded. If it's protected or excluded. And in fact, I think I'll do that right here. Rule. Our rule will be either protected or excluded. Oh. Rule. Rule, 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 rule. Rule, 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 rule. No, rule type. We're just gonna do rule type. What else? Info. Okay, that's all I need, I think. I think I also need some CSS for this HTML component. But the question is it loading the file? Let's find out. Let's see here. Oh, I gotta press play. Oops. Well, here we go. I'm gonna get these analyzers to work. I mean, these analyzer rules working today. Man, I can't believe it's already 4:30 in the afternoon on Independence Day. Okay. So it loaded these 4 CSS files. Articles. Oh, that's the article search. Oops. Let's go to domains. All right. So we're loading. Oh, we have 2 domains.css, but that's because one is from Saber and the other is from collector. So this one is collectors, and I need to maybe do something like pop up rule. What is that? Don't need that. What's this? Okay, so rule. In fact, let's do rules or analyzer rules. There we go. And then we'll just do .analyzer rules .rule type. Yeah. So this is less, it'll be, and we want the color to be different. Let's start with that blue there. And in fact, let's do rule type dot protected, and rule type dot excluded. Excluded will be like a red color, but we don't want it to be red. We want it to be more like a slightly dark red. And then we're going to just add rule as a class name too. So it'll say protected or excluded, as you can see here. All right, and then I think that's it for the analyzer rules list. We do have to add an HTML string builder. Oh. What? Oh. There we go. And then, oh. Item.render. And then view.render. Well, view content equals html.toString. And then we render our view. Okay. So this is basically how I handle controllers and web services in DataSilk MVC or DataSilk Core MVC. This is a service, but excuse me, controllers use something similar, right? A service, you can have as many methods as you want. But if I want to create a controller, let's look at a controller in Sabre here. So each controller has a render function, and that's it. It's kind of like React in a way, because then you can have a hierarchy of controllers. So for example, like my editor controller will render a hierarchy by returning base.render. So what's base.render? Well, base.render for the editor is actually our main controller class here that just renders the layout.html, which that includes the HTML tag, the header tag, title, description, and meta tags, and then the body tag. And it'll even include like my pop-up modal code and some script code at the bottom. So if I do base.render, it renders like the shell of a HTML layout. And then the body parameter argument here is just what gets loaded in the body of the HTML page. Where is it? Yeah, see, view body goes into body. So if I go into my views here for Sabre and I go to my shared folder, there's my layout. And it's just, a doc type, HTML, head, title, meta, links. Let's see, this is for the pop-up. And there's my body. My body goes there, and then I have a script tag for my pop-up template that I use to generate, multiple pop-up modals. And then I have like a footer tag, and that's it. It's not much, but that's for Sabre. I use that for all of my projects that use the DataSilk MVC framework. I have that file there, and it's slightly modified based on the project. Like for example, Can Do and Legendary, those two projects utilize the same structure as Sabre. Sabre's just way more advanced. Can Do's getting advanced. Can Do, I added a plugin system based off of Sabre's plugin system. Alright, so where was I? Okay, rendering the rules list. Right, the list item. And the rules. And my domain, so I need to publish that. Oop, wrong one. And then what else? What else, I wonder? I do have to add an analyzer rule before I'm able to view a list, so I have to create the layout for that. And I think I'll do that under my views here. Yeah, I'll just add a script tag here. Should that be here or in my HTML component for domain? What? Where's my domain HTML? What? Is there no HTML file? Hold on. I guess I don't use one. Alright, so then how do I not use one? Oh, I know why, because right there, I use it here. Honestly, I don't care. I'll just put it here because it's in rules.html. And then, let's see, we'll need a form. This will be our selector. So this HTML structure I'm building right here is based off of the Tapestry CSS UI framework that I developed. It's really straightforward, really easy to understand. Give me a second here. Did this stop? No, it's gotta be streaming right now. Yeah, it's streaming. Hold on. I'm just trying to figure out how to view my live stream from YouTube Studio on my phone. It's not showing my live video. That's weird. But if I go to Google, I mean not Google, but if I go to my web browser, change my user account. Yeah, see, I'm live right now. Come on. What is up with my... There we go. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to figure out like how do I view the chat? I have 1 subscriber. Okay. I guess I have to do it from my computer. Give me a second here. So I'm about ready to start testing. I just need to finish this add form field, get it to work. There we go. I hope this is like real-time analytics. Anyway. Two views. What's up, guys? Right, so I'm almost ready to test this out. To test this little button out right here. I just need to finish creating the inputs. Let's just call that selector. Rule selector. this one's actually going to be different. I think this one I'll use as a input, and then input type equals checkbox. With a label. Show HTML elements. That match selector. And then the final one. This will be a button. An apply button. Create analyzer rule. And we also need our messages div if we need to show a message. Alright, so that is just a template script that I'll use to generate some HTML with. Alright, so under my JavaScript file here, when I show my rules, it shows that list, okay? And then add. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use the same pop-up. I don't know. No, I remember what I'm gonna do. I remember how this works. So I'm gonna create a new pop-up. The title is Add Analyzer Rule, or Create Analyzer Rule. And the HTML is actually that has an ID, so I can just do like inner HTML. And then options, this is the important part. So we need to look at our code here for the pop-up. So we have a back button that we want to use because since we already have a pop-up modal up, then we're going to use the same pop-up modal to display the analyzer rule form. And if you cancel, it'll just go back to the previous pop-up. And I think we need something else, like close. I think close equals true. Oh, it already equals true. So that's it. That's all we need. And then hide. We're not going to have a hide, but There we go. So under rules, we're gonna make this button do an on click of s dot domain dot rules dot add dot show. There it is. We're gonna output our vendor resources and then see what happens. Okay, we need to fix that. Plus, this pop-up should probably be, width of 450. Give me a second here. That looks better, but this we need to fix, and I think we do that by adding an expanded or expand or extend or long. There it is, long. We're gonna use long. So see, it made the label longer. So there we go. Output our JavaScript again. Reload the page. Click, click, click. There's no back button. I think that might be a can do thing. So what I'm gonna do now is find my can do project, find the back button for that. Icon back. I think I'm gonna add that to Saber. Oh, we already have an icon back, so where's my back button? Button close with what? Icon back. 0, 0, why? Oh, there is no icon back. I know what to do. I have to paste it into my vendors. Collector, images, icons. There we go. And now I need to go into my collector folder here, cd into images /svg, and then gulp svg to regenerate my icon file. And I think I have to do something here too, like vendor resources for the icons. Because this gulp command here, vendor resources, will copy like all resources for the for all vendors into the www root folder, which is a public facing folder. And those resources include like JS files, SVG files, ping images, stuff like that. This should work now. Not yet. Let's just double check. see if this has an icon back. No. Back. No back. All right. How about if I just, oh, I gotta, what? How about if I open that one and I look for the word back? There it is. So then I have to run one of these. Let's just run vendors, see what happens. What? Oh, I have to copy it from here to there. That's so stupid. Icon and icons. All right, now we can run our vendor resources. Look at the icon in our public folder and check for the word back. Still nothing. How about if I delete it? I can't delete it. This is stupid. Oh, it's icon. What? Images, SVG. Oh, it's not gonna copy over my icons. Oh, there they are. Wait, what? What is that? Hold on. Oh, there's back for folder back. This is probably, yeah, this is Sabre's. So why is it even there? Oh, I know why, because that's, yeah. Under collector though, there should be icons. .svg. I'm pretty sure I load icons.svg. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, okay. I remember now. So I'm gonna stop this. I'm managing my my collector icons through Sabre. Through the Sabre's interface. So watch this is weird what I have to do. Alright, so I come here, right? Reload the page. Go into Sabre. Go my file browser. www.root. CSS. No, where is it? Images. There it is, icons. So I delete that. Upload. There it is. All right. Now we have a new copy. So Control F5, plop, 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 and there's my back button. Nice. All right. Yeah, this doesn't look too good, but that does, I guess. This should be longer. Does it expand? No. Let's just leave that the way it is for now. This is off though. What? Hmm. Let me just see here. Checkbox. Label. Row input label. Alright, let's do that then. So now I have to go back into Sabre, view my website less, look for like form stuff. Here we go. Then row input label. Let's start with margin top as -5 pixels. See what happens there. Let's just reload just in case. Come on. Well, there it is. There we go. Alright, so what I have to do is some bullshit. Here we go. Hopefully that works. Much better. I can just click and it's checked. And that should be checked by default. There we go. So it'll show something that actually no. It should be unchecked by default. There we go. And then we need some padding on the top of our buttons. See, the button is touching the hover. Now there should be some space. Yeah, it looks cleaner that way. I can go back, click new rule, go back. Isn't that nice? New rule. Alright, so now the next part is getting this button to work. Let's see. I'm just thinking, alright, so sometimes I get lost in thought just thinking about like feature creeping. Or just fantasizing about using the system that I'm building. It's not really fantasizing, it's more like I'm doing what Doctor Strange does, like just replaying over and over different scenarios in my head, seeing like how I can break the system or how I can use the system or how the system could theoretically be used so that I can build all the features I need from the very get-go, so I don't have to go back and add one thing like 3 months later. It's all just there because I took the time to just build all the store procedures, build all the UI for every possible like input and output possible for that feature. Anyway, yeah, so add show and submit. This is just a format in which I've been developing all my projects. I have a hierarchy. It's like a JSON object. It's a JavaScript object that contains all of my functions and like what do they call it? What do they call it? Scope related variables. There it is. Sorry, it took me a while. I just have so many things on my mind right now. Add analyzer rule. This will be domain ID and then selector and what else? Let's just turn this into data. Selector and something else. Let's find our, there it is. Add analyzer rule. Oh, protect. Let's just call it protect. Alright, so if I have secure, if I have access, I don't have like security groups or anything like that. Well, I am using Sabre, so I do have security groups, but for collector, I don't have any specific security keys set up yet. So whoever has admin access to Sabre can do whatever they want in collector. Right, so first thing we need to do is validate. And there it is. And then return render analyzer rules list, domain ID. So I'm just gonna re-render the list of analyzer rules and send that as my response when I add, and I should do the same thing for remove. Domain ID, oh no, it's just rule ID. Yeah, I'll pass domain ID. No, I don't need to, because I don't need to re-render the list. All I need to do is delete the item from the DOM, which I already do. Cool. Rule ID. This one is domain ID selector and protect, which will be rule type and rule selector. Alright, and now I will just do some stuff. Hopefully this works. See, it totally replaces it. Awesome. I'm so smart. I wrote that code a while ago, like weeks ago. I think. No, I think I wrote this just now. Well, this code here. I probably wrote that a week ago. But yeah, this code is typical. I'm just updating the list. So I grab the response and I set the contents to the response, the HTML contents. All right. Test. Well, let's say dot test. Yeah. Form on submit equals s dot domain dot rules dot add dot submit and return false. There we go. So type equals a submit button. Submit. All right, now let's copy our resources over, which is basically the JavaScript that I edited for the vendor plugin. Analyze the rules. Let's create a new rule. Let's call this one .test. Create nothing still. Slash. Okay, gotta copy over again. Reload. Clickety click. Click click. Dot test. Create. There it is. Domain ID. Selector. Protect is false. And sequence analyzer rules. All right, so there's the issue. It's executing the SQL, but I don't have a sequence for my analyzer rules. Let's run it. Good. Let's press play again. Give it a second and refresh. Test, create. Do. Beautiful. And if we go back, I see nothing. So let's try that again. Still see nothing. All right, so let's look at our SQL, shall we? All right. Domain IDs right, selectors right, everything looks good. Let's see, where is our domain? No, it'll be under services. There we go. Render analyzer rules list. All right. Domain ID, yep, that's right. ID, yep, got one rule. Maybe rules, that's the issue. So I should say rules. Save. Yeah. Don't know how I can get live hot reload to work. I mean, I'm using Visual Studio 2022, so I don't know what's going on there. All right. And there's our rule. It says .test included. It looks all fucked up though. Yeah, close button. That'll make all text. There we go. That looks better. But our CSS isn't doing the thing that it should be doing. So let's do that. Refresh. Look at our network for CSS. Our domains. This one. No, it's that one. Yep. Role type dot excluded. Let's see here. Rule type. Oh, I get it. Okay, so what? There we go. Oh, I have to process my vendor's less files before I can continue. And there it is, it's red. Excluded. Let's create another one. Dot, how about dot article image, and let's show it. Come on. Oh, I needed to press the back button. Hold on. What is it doing? Okay, added an analyzer rule. It returned the stuff. So where am I? Okay, so how many rules does it have? Rule 1 excluded. Rule 2 protected. Okay. But it's not showing that. Why? What is this? Content rules. Oh, that's because it's pop-up show. So I need to actually do s.popup dot back. No, which one would it be? Dot hide. Remove all pop-ups. What is this? Oh. s.popup. s.popup dot elem, I think it is, right? Because I add something. Yeah, this dot options dot push options. Pop up dot options da da da. Okay, so okay. How about we just create a new function called back? What we'll do is, oh, two C's? I don't think so. What we'll do is we'll do s.popup.hide s.popup.options s.popup.options.length -1 dot popup. Boom. All right, that will probably execute. Yep, the watch executed it automatically. And now I have to do s.popup.back. And then render the result. Because first I have to go back to the previous pop-up, because I use .popup.show in my selector here, and .show means it has to be showing. Okay, so here we go. Okay, we got two rules. Let's add a third rule. Author. We'll show that one. Oh my god, I forgot to do the thing. There. Okay, one more try. This one will show as well. Date created. That's what I want to see. Okay, we can successfully add and view domain-specific analyzer rules. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. Now I need to delete analyzer rules, but I actually need to stand up and stretch. Okay. Time to do more work. You know, lately I've come to realize that it's hard to write code if I'm not streaming. Like when I'm streaming, I am very much dedicated to focusing on writing code. Yeah, it's nice. Hold on one second. Testing. Yeah, I guess that sounds okay, I guess. It just sounds like there's like too much bass. I don't know. Let's see here. Testing 1, testing. Yeah, that sounds better. I like that. Okay. So we can add analyzer rules and view analyzer rules. Now we need to be able to delete analyzer rules. Well, I think that worked. Let's just see. I should have 3 in the database. And I have 3 in the database and 2 is gone. Wow, that works too, flawlessly. But I think what I should do is actually confirm with the user. There. No. Yeah, actually, yes. Let's add another one, like add. There you go. Protected, excluded. I think that's awesome. Eventually I'll have to create scroll bars for this list, but for now I think that's cool. Okay, so this one I want to be able to show a list of articles. But maybe not. Maybe I should like remove that one. Yeah, I'm gonna remove that tab because you can just do that from here. I think. Maybe not. I mean, you can choose feeds, but domains, no. I think there was something that I wanted to do with this article thing here too, like show the hierarchy of like the path in the website itself of where all these articles exist. So it'll group articles by their path. In fact, that's a thing. Check this out. Yeah, I think that's, I don't know. Let me just double check here. URL title. Is it under download? Yeah, path. So if I just do like Select top 100 star from downloads. Yeah, you see, order by domain ID and then path. Yeah, look at these paths. From. How about I know. Where URL like. Let's try wired. There we go. Hey, look at that. 2001, 2005, 2003. Oh, yeah, 2004, 2005. And so I think I want to have a rule for how to extract path from domains as well. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but like. Maybe I'll have like a regular expression where like pound slash pound. If it matches that, then that's all it'll use for the path. Something like that. I'll use regular expressions. Look at this. These are like useless. Live.wired, www.wired, wired, and then www and HTTPS with www, HTTP with www, and HTTPS. Anyway, whatever. Analyzer rules is set up. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go into my article page here, right? And I'm going to add the collector, like right up here. I'm going to add collector domain. There. So it generated that code. Save it, refresh, and if I go to F12, I can do this. Actually, no, let's just fix this drop down here. How do I do that? Well, we're going to go to our analyzer and our HTML component. And we're just going to let's see, add another space there. This will be domain ID, and we'll do JavaScript s domain details, boom. Oh, show there. and then domain. Details for, and also external URL, external link. This will be the URL. How about go, oh my god, go to boo-doo-boo. There. Alright, let's move that over a little bit. This is for the analyzer, so now I have to look at the analyzer render function here. And article only, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So our view component will have domain ID, and that'll equal our article dot domain. God damn it. Hold on. What? Domain ID. Okay, domain ID is there, so it should just work. All right, let's just see if that'll work. Okay, so article.domain, come on. My keyboard's been pissing me off. The C will sometimes type twice for no reason. Article dot domain ID dot string. All right, and then, oops. Then we need the URL to equal article dot URL, and domain will equal article dot domain. Anything else? Let's see if that works. Oh, come on. No? Oh, I forgot to, oh. Wait, what? Info is null. Huh. Wait a minute. Nature.com? Okay, let's look up nature.com. 1542. Okay, then why, oh why, is it, you have to give it the domain. So whatever. Not the domain ID. That's just silly. And let's reload. Give it a few seconds. Done. Reload. Details. Hey, there it is, nature. And now we can add analyzer rules. So from here we can like, hold on. Alright. Let's see why this doesn't work when I click view analyzer. Why is I get it. This is complicated. So, if right, so if so, all right, so I checked to see if this is false. This is like, first of all, I'm passing two parameters, right? It's complicated. Directly in the mustache code, I'm passing a parameter of article only equals 1. But I clicked a link that made the URL add a parameter called article only equals 0. So I want the URL to supersede the mustache value, because a mustache value is fixed. It's part of the page. It's like the default value. But if you specify an override in the URL, then it should supersede that. So if it doesn't equal 0 and you have one or more of these, there you go. Then it'll show article only. If not, it'll show the analyzer. So let's just do else instead. Because we have, this. So either you find the parameter in the URL and it equals 0. And it doesn't equal 0. Wait a minute. Yeah, I need this because then, so this could equal false if the URL doesn't contain an article only at all, or if it does contain it and it equals 0. So if that whole statement equals false and or yeah, or see, here's the key. So an article only is an optional variable. So by default, it'll show the analyzer. So else, it'll show the analyzer. So everything we're doing here is fine. Cool. Let's check this out. See if it works. See, and that is with article only equals 0. Now let's delete that out of the URL, and now it shows the article. But if we view analyzer, now we can click analyze and see a detailed output of our article analysis. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need a drink soon. So there's the raw HTML. The cool part about this raw HTML is that when I developed it, well, first it was just a bunch of HTML, and the entire accordion the accordion had the entire size of the page HTML hierarchy, like loaded in this area here, right? It's so much. Look how many elements in each row has like a lot of HTML elements in the DOM just to render each row. And you see how I hover over each row is like has an outline around it. That's because it's all generated in the DOM. So there's a lot of HTML here in the DOM to display this HTML. Well, I upgraded the system because it was bogging down the web page. I upgraded the system so it would only render up to 50 lines. How many lines do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, maybe 35 lines. If we put it on the big screen, it's still gonna just max out, right? So at like 35 lines. So what I do is when I scroll, it has maybe 50, maybe 70 lines loaded. And when it gets close, when I start scrolling down and it gets close to the end of the loaded lines, it'll unload lines from the top and load another like 50 lines at the bottom. So in total, I only have like 100 lines of HTML being rendered in the DOM at any given time. So I can scroll all the way down as fast as I want. And there's no, like, it's really fast. And I had to build that or else my analyzer would be slow as hell. So here's the article text. This is what you would see if you rendered article only. But then we have our words accordion. And these are all words that are not like common words. Like use should probably be a common word honestly. So I'm going to add that as a what? Oh yeah. I think use is a common word. But yeah, what I can do is I can find a bunch of words like therapy, syndrome, malignant, and then choose, oh, well, I want this to be under science, and yeah, just under science. and then I can add those selected words to science. But if I created a new a new subject under science, like neural science or like psychology, then I would add these words to those subjects, and eventually Collector will know how to categorize articles on its own. I also found phrases. Open access distinct promoter regions of the oxytocin receptor gene. European Journal of Human Genetics. Oh, I should probably... Okay, processing of your personal data. Open access disease relevance of rare... Whoa. So I have a little bit of code I built that figures out how to find all the ofs of phrases and to compile them right here. And so what I do is I find a common word on the left and a common word on the right after finding all of my ofs. And for each of, I find the common word on the left and the right, and then boom, there's my phrase. Simple, right? Either a common word or a period or like a sentence break of some type on the front and back. And then there's my phrase. And I'm going to find many other ways of identifying phrases. And then I'll be able to add phrases to a subject, just like I add words to a subject. In fact, I can select words in an order, in a specific order, and then add those words as a phrase. Like somebody's specific name, or like, a specific syndrome, right, would be categorized in, a psychology subject or a neurology subject. But yeah, that's a pretty big part of Collector. Not only that, but I'm going to have another accordion here called subjects, and it'll show all the subjects that this article belongs to and the ranking that it belongs to in each subject. It's not a ranking of this article versus other articles, it's just a score that is given to this article for each subject based on the words that it finds, the words and phrases that it finds related to that subject. So that's Collector in a nutshell. Now that I have article rules for domain specific purposes, I'm going to add that to my analyzer. Hold on, what's going on here? Let's move that back down. Yeah. So when I'm here, I want to be able to, go to the details for my domain and add analyzer rules based off of what I'm reading here. And then what I want to do is like refresh the page to reanalyze the page to see if it took into account those analyzer rules. Because see, I don't want to show your privacy and this, and then this list here, and these related subjects, and the latest research. I don't want to see any of that stuff, or this stuff, right? Like, none of this stuff is relevant. In fact, this whole page is irrelevant. So I'm going to be able to, trim the fat from these articles on a domain level. Then, what else? Yeah, we got to go right into the analyzer now. So since I'm done with all this domain heavy bullshit, I'm just going to close out of most of it. Yeah, we don't need that or that or that. All right. So on this side, we're going to load our Signal R for Article Hub. This is a cool feature because, see, this page, when I load this page, this article analyzer page, or even when it's, just the article, but when I'm just loading the article only, it's connecting to the server using Signal R, and it's analyzing the page, doing all sorts of things. It might be downloading the article for the first time. It might be downloading all relevant images for the first time. And then it analyzes the article and renders the article. And also, if I'm viewing the analyzer, then it does other things too, rendering different accordions, right? And displaying a list of words, a list of phrases, raw HTML, all that stuff. So if it's article only, it'll only spit out the article from Signal R. So that's why I have this little console here, because it's outputting stuff that Signal R is sending to the client. So you can see this is a 68.8% quality content divided by 292 total words times 566 link words equals a 68.8% link ratio, which gives the article 0 out of 100 possible points. Why? Because you're taking a maximum score of 68.8 based on the quality content, and then dividing it by the total words, right? So imagine you're trying to get 100%, right? So let's say this first variable is your 100%. The second variable is the amount of items you have, the amount of items total that you could possibly have to equal 100%. Then we're multiplying it by the amount of items we have. So in this case, our 100% is actually only 68.8% max. And then the total words is the total amount of words we could have total. Well, then we're counting how many of those words are link words. I think I'm doing something wrong, because this should be like 566 link words and 292 total words. The total words would equal 566 plus 292, I think. Yeah, I think that's correct. Then actually no, I think I separated by total words that aren't link words to say, all right, if I have 500 words on the page, that could be a quality article. But if I also have 500 link words, that means I have 500 words on the page and 500 words that are part of links that I can click on the page, which tells me there might be way too many links on the page. And Oh, excuse me. And too many links on the page, so then the score will go down. Let me think here. No, it shouldn't be 566 link words. It should be like it should be like total words and link words. Times total words that are not link words. I think that's what it should be. And it'll give us like a less than 100%. But then we should do like total words that aren't link words plus a percentage of the words that should be link words, right? So if we have 500 words, well, I would want, let's say, 20 of those words to be link words to give it a balance. So you're not just reading text, you're reading text and links in an article. So that would give you a balanced score. So yeah, I just have to change the math for that to figure out a good article score. And then I can start scoring on a per subject basis. But anyway, I'm gonna call it a day. It's been more than a few hours, and I'm probably gonna play some Hunt Showdown with my friend or ride my bike. Should probably ride my bike downtown. I got 2 more hours. I'll do that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Happy Independence Day, and I hope to see you all again soon, right? Okay.